Absolute Duelist here, coming at you with another Yu-Gi-Oh video after quite some time of not giving you any. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be going over my hero deck profile. Specifically, my hero deck profile that has been topping locals for about a month and a half now. I've been taking this deck to locals almost every single week for a month and a half, and it has topped pretty much every single one of those locals. And guys, I really can't stress enough how I've been playing this deck again, how fun it's been to play this deck again, and honestly, how fun Heroes is as a whole when there's something new to do. Like, honestly guys, I haven't brought you guys hero content for the longest time, just because Heroes was the same thing over and over and over again for the longest time, and finally, we have had some changes to the deck that has changed it, added new combos, added new strategies, added new ways to play, and it's really making me happy to be able to showcase Heroes once again for you all. So I'm going to showcase this deck, guys, and just as a reference to say what this deck has actually gone up against and beat, this deck has beat Rescue Aces, this deck has beat Hero Mirror matches, this deck has beat Kashtira, Chimera Fusion deck, it's beaten like Vanquished Souls, it's beaten a huge pool of decks just off the top of my head, and I'm really happy to showcase the deck to you guys to show you what the deck is capable of now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile, show you guys what the list is, and give you my thoughts and opinions on the deck. Okay, so let's begin. So starting off, for the basics, we're playing the free Stratos. He's very standard. You play free Stratos no matter what. What he does is, on normal summon or special summon, searches any hero, and he can also go ahead and destroy back row. Very basic, very standard for Heroes. He's a free off in most situations. Next, we're playing 2 Shadow Mist. What he does is, when sent to graveyard, he searches any hero card, or when he's special summoned, searches any quick play change card. So he is your mass change searcher / an additional way to search hero monsters by sending them to the graveyard via Vion or your forest. Very good card, right? Next, we play 1 Liquid Soldier. Liquid Soldier is mandatory one in the deck. He's a draw card, he's a revive monster, very useful, and also he's a water monster, which allows us to make stuff like Absolute Zero. So you want to be playing him in the deck as well. So that's all the elemental heroes though, very basic. You don't want to be playing any other elemental heroes in the deck because they don't really do anything. Like, you can play stuff like Solid Soldier and stuff, but they don't help. Like, these are just the best ones to play. Going on to the Vision Heroes though, we're playing the free Vision Hero Faris. He's very standard. He can go ahead and discard a hero to special summon himself and place a Vision Hero monster into the trap zone as a trap card. We're also playing 1 Increase. I'm going to be honest with you guys now, playing this at 1 for a month and a half sucked. Every time I saw it in my opening hand, I did not like it. I wasn't happy to see it there, and it just sucked. Like, there was even one tournament where I drew him like 3 matches in a row, like consecutively, and that was one of the locals that I didn't top in that month because I just saw him in every hand. There was no way to play with this deck if you see this card in hand. So he's definitely going up to 2 after this, guys. I just wanted to make that clear. Like, I did top most of them. It was just one that I didn't top because I drew Increase literally every match. Like, there was nothing I could do about it. So yeah, I'm definitely increasing Increase back to 2 after this list because he needs to be at 2, guys. He needs to be at 2. It's mandatory 2 of, in my personal opinion. And then we also played the 2 Vion, very, very standard. You want to be playing him at 2 just because he's the card that you're going to summon off your Increase for 1. So if you do see 1 in your opening hand, you have the ability to play him from the deck. And 2, if you see him in your opening hand and you have no way to get to the Increase combo, you can go ahead and normal summon him, send like Shadow Mist to the graveyard, search a hero monster, and then banish the Shadow Mist to search Polymerization. So there's certain combos that you can do with him that will just start off your plays, and it just makes the deck a lot more consistent playing him at 2 as well. So because Polymerization is a very strong card in the deck, and you need to be able to search that. So we're playing these Vision Heroes. You don't need any other Vision Heroes. These are the mandatory staple ones in my opinion. And then going on to the Destiny Heroes we're playing 2 Melee with 1 Denier. This is like the standard package. You always have to play at least these 3 because the Melee will go ahead and summon itself from the deck when it's in the graveyard, and then the Denier can go ahead and recycle your Melees to be able to reutilize your Melees as well. Like, they're mandatory. They're your main targets to send off Fusion Destiny, and you have to be playing these 3 specific ones. But we do play 1 other Destiny Hero in the deck as well, which is Destiny Hero Dark Angel. He is absolutely insane. Dark Angel is probably the strongest hero in this deck just because he's the one that's going to look out your opponent 90% of the time. He can lock out Kashtira's players by putting himself on your opponent's board. He can lock out any spell decks by just being an Imperial Order. You have to play him in the deck right now because it just deals with so many different things and so many issues that it's mandatory. And also, this is how we deal with Raigeki, guys. Like, heroes can lose to one Raigeki, Dark Angel says no to one Raigeki. And there's like one card combos and stuff that can get you to him. Like, every hero line should be able to lead to Dark Angel pretty much in this deck, and it does. Like, it generally does, so it's very good. And then the only other monsters that we're playing in the deck is free Ash Blossom because it's Ash Blossom, hand trap, basic, no real need to explain that, am I right? Going on to spells though, consistency spells at the start. We're playing free Hero Lives. You want to play free Hero Lives, it's a very standard card. You want to play free of it because this card will allow you to summon Stratos from the deck and then go ahead and start off your hero combos, right? In time, you do side this out just because you're going to pay half your life points and you're going to die to time if you don't. But you play him for free in every other situation just because it will give you the ability to go full hero combo, which is necessary. Something I've been testing and not seeing a lot of people actually trying as well is playing 2 Pot of Prosperity. This is just something that I really like in heroes right now. I'm playing an extra deck where it plays a lot of 2 of heroes, so I can justify banishing specific ones, and I like 2 Pot of Prosperity. It gives us the ability to search stuff that we can't really search, such as like Fusion Destiny, hand traps, anything along those lines that we can't really add to our hand any other way, and I really do like that. It gives us a starting play. Sure, we can't use Liquid Soldier effectively activate this, but we just don't search Liquid Soldier in that situation. So we play 2 Pot Prosperity. I really like the card. I think the card is great, and do I think I'll keep it in the deck? I don't know. I feel like there's things that I can change it out for, but I'm very happy with it in the deck as is. And then the last consistency card that we really play is 1 Reinforcements to the Army, searches Vision Hero Vion, searches Destiny Hero Denier, searches any warrior in the deck. Like, it's the most consistent card for the deck because it can search the most things. Like, I would like to play Equal as well, but I felt like I would have rather played the Pot Prosperity, so that came out for those, and we only play 1 Rota to search specific cards like Dark Angel, Denier, Stratos, Shadow Mist, like just it can search any level 4 warrior in the deck, so it's just there for specific reasons, right? And going on to fusion spells, we're playing the free Fusion Destiny. Fusion Destiny, it's not a big debate to play free of this card. Like, this card is a mandatory free of in the deck. Its biggest downside is that it does lock you into Dark Warriors for heroes for the rest of the turn, but nonetheless, even though it locks you in, it's basically a 1-card combo for your Dark Angel plays. It gives you access into DPE, which is an absolutely insane card. It gives you access to full hero combos most of the time, where you can end on quite big boards. Like, this card on its own, absolutely insane, so you have to play 3 of it in the deck, and it's essentially Shadow Fusion, right? So Shadow Fusion cards are busted, and in Hero it's going to be even more busted. So we play 3 of this, then we also play 2 Polymerizations. Polymerization, I'm not going to lie guys, I used to play 1 of this. I am never going down to 2 again. The amount of combos that you can do if you open 1 Polymerization and then search the second is huge. Like, it's absolutely insane, and having access into the second one for the late game as well is so useful that you don't have to be able to make your Wonder Driver just to go ahead and reset it. It's perfect. I love it at 2. I will not cut this card down to 1 ever again because I think this card is just absolutely insane at 2, and we definitely want to be playing it. Hell, even hands where I just open this with 2 random heroes is just busted. Like, it generally is just very, very insane. So 2 Polymerization, then 1 Miracle Fusion. Basic Miracle Fusions can summon Elemental Hero by banishing fusion materials from the graveyard, like your Searcher of Sunrise. Like, the card is just really, really strong, so you play the 1 of as well. And then a card that I think a lot of people are going to tell me I'm wrong on is 1 Mask Change. Now, a lot of people are like, why the hell are you only playing 1 Mask Change? Mask Change is absolutely insane. It summons Dark Claw. It summons one of your best cards. Right, it does summon Dark Claw. It does do that, but it's a brick in every other situation. I like this card at 1 because it means if I see it in my open hand, I'm not seeing 2 of them. I can search it from the deck very easily by going through the combo that makes Wake Up Your Elemental Hero and Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Like, this card is very good, don't get me wrong, but it is a brick in every other situation if you see multiple, or if you don't have a hero to use it with. So I like to play this as a 1-of, to search it, to go ahead and draw it on random occasions where it's useful. Like, generally, I think this is only a 1-of. Dark Claw is very easy to access in this deck as well, because, like, there are tons of different lines to get you to Dark Claw just on its own, so like, it doesn't matter if you're only playing one mask change, and I feel like this at 1 is absolutely fine. You guys in the comments can tell me if I'm wrong. You should be playing 2 mask change, you should be playing 3 mask change. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna summon my Shadow Mist off of my Wonder Drive, sorry, my Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. I'm gonna go ahead and search it with like the Hero Lives, summoning the Shadow Mist of that. I would rather just play this at 1 than risk drawing multiples and having bricks in hand. Like, that's my reasoning behind playing 1, and I'm very happy that I play 1 because it means that I don't see bricks, right? So we play 1 mask change there, and that's all of the hero spells, well, the fusion spells that we play. Going on to like random spells that are there to kind of interrupt the opponent though, we're playing 3 Forbidden Droplets. Droplets is a very, very strong card right now, in my personal opinion. Sure, it sucks against Kashtira because if they make the Arise Heart, you can't utilize it, or if they de-shift you, you can't utilize it. But against every other matchup, this card is great. This is great against the Bestial Synchros, this is great against Rescue Ace, this is great against any deck that pretty much builds a negate board, because you can go ahead and drop the droplets, drop some heroes in your hand that you don't need, such as maybe Shadow Mist to search another one, Mali to go ahead and summon another copy of itself, and then just negate problems on the board and then just start playing the game. I think this card is very, very useful and is great in the deck as well. There are some builds that I'm thinking of where I cut one of it to go ahead and cut it for another card, but I think 3 right now is very fine. It's been very useful. Every time I've seen it, it's helped me win the game. So we play 3 droplets for that matter, and then the last spell that goes along with it is one called By the Grave. It's called By the Grave. It prevents hand traps. I don't really think I need to explain this card, so we're going to continue on there. So that's all of the spells that we play. Like, I'm very happy with the spell lineup. I don't think I would change the spell lineup at all, except of maybe the droplets into maybe something else. Like, I feel like 3 can be a bit much, but 2 I feel like would be perfect. So outside of that though, I'm very happy with the lineup as is. And then going on to traps, we're playing 3 Infinite Impermanence. It's imperm. It can go ahead and negate problem boss monsters. It can go ahead and negate issues on my opponent's board. It can stop combos. Like, it's just a generally good hand trap. And then the last card in the entire main deck that really did change the entirety of the hero deck is Favorite Contact. Now, this card when it first came out was ass, but as time went on, this card got so much better. This card is great. This card gives us so many new avenues and options at play that it really is insane. Like, what this card essentially does is you can special summon 1 hero fusion monster from your extra deck by putting cards from your hand, field, graveyard, or banished on the bottom of your deck and special summoning it from the extra deck. Sadly, it doesn't fusion summon, which is pretty much its biggest downfall, because if you summon something like DPE or you summon something like Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, they're not going to gain their fusion summoned effects. But this card is absolutely insane just for the fact that this card can be used to recycle all of your hero cards from your graveyard and banished. This card can be used to recycle Elemental Hero fusion monsters back into the extra deck. This can be used to recycle Link monsters back into the extra deck. This card can be used to summon disruptions on your opponent's turn, such as if you're playing the Elemental Hero Shining Neos package, then you can go ahead and just destroy up to like 4 cards depending on your board state, or if you're using it like I do, you can utilize it to shuffle away all of your hero cards back into the deck with making Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, and then also being able to utilize it to summon something like DPE. Like, this card, in my opinion, is absolutely insane. It's an absolutely powerful card, and is definitely a great backup play, especially seeing as it's searchable via Elemental Hero Infernal Rage. Like, if this card wasn't searchable, it wouldn't be as good as it actually is, but because of that card's release, cards become busted, so we do play 1 of that. But guys, that is the main deck. I'm very happy with how the main deck is. I have no real issues with it outside of maybe like 1 or 2 things, like the increase needs to definitely go up to 2 again. There's things that I could change. Maybe like after a month of testing, I could try the Neos package to give that kind of a chance. Like, there's tons of things that we could change to make this deck even better. But let's go ahead and continue on with the profile by showing you guys the extra deck. So, starting off with the extra deck, we play the 2 extra hero Cross Crusader. This is very standard. You go ahead and use it to resummon your Denier, to go ahead and utilize the effect to put Mali back into the deck. It goes ahead and searches any elemental hero card or hero card in general just by tributing a Destiny hero. Like, this card is essentially another search piece combo that gets us to the end of the combo where we'll have a board that it's very hard for our opponent to break. Like, this card is great. It searches Dark Angel as well for that 1 card Fusion Destiny combo, which is really nice. So we play 2 Cross Crusader for that. Next, we play 1 Wonder Driver. He's pretty much just here to recycle the Polymerization or the Miracle Fusion, so we can go ahead and continue on with our plays. He doesn't really have any other purpose other than that. that, and he can sometimes recycle our one of Mask Change too, if that does come up. And it's really nice to play one of this because we play the favorite contact to recycle him as well, so we have him for the late game too. Just as a little side note and a little extra for why favorite contact is so good, right? Then we're also playing one Dread Decimator. This is pretty much just to go for game / having piercing damage to get over my opponent's defense position monsters. Like, it's its whole purpose in life. It goes ahead and does piercing damage and boosts other hero monsters. Like, it doesn't really do anything else, but he comes up very rarely, and when he does, he's very useful, which is why we play him. Next, we play one Masked Hero Blast. This is for the niche situation where we've drawn Mask Change and our Stratos gets impermed, so we can go ahead and use the Mask Change on Stratos, summon this, have back row removal, maybe decrease something by half. Like, that's its essential purpose, to just go ahead and maybe clear a back row and just be protection for Stratos. Like, that's why we play him. Then we also play two Dark Lore. Second one is normally the banished material for the Pot of Prosperity, but obviously one card Dark Lore combos do exist, so we have to play two of him. And he's very useful. Like, Dark Lore is just Macrocosmos on legs. It's great against decks that rely on the graveyard, so we want to be playing him in the deck too. Then the new hero that is great is Elemental Hero Infernal Rage. Like, this card is absolutely insane. Having the ability to just go ahead and search favorite contact from the deck or the graveyard as well is great. He's giving us so many utility options. He's giving us so much to do. And if you do fusion summon him with a normal monster, then you can go ahead and summon a level 7 or lower hero monster with his effects by tributing off as well. So he has little niche additional effects as well, but his main purpose in this build is just to get favorite contact. It's there to get favorite contact to give us more plays on our opponent's turn, and it's very, very insane because of that, guys. So we have to play him at 1. Then we're also playing one Elemental Hero Sunrise. Searches Miracle Fusion, boosts our heroes, can destroy cards on battle. Like, card is great, card is insane. You want to be playing the one over him. Then we also play one Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. I'm going to be honest, I've made him once in like a month and a half of playing this deck, so you can technically cut him, but he's my favorite card. I'm not cutting him anytime soon, so you lot can deal with it. I don't care. I love Absolute Zero. He's my favorite card. But he's essentially Raigeki on legs. If you make him with DPE, you're guaranteeing a board wipe. Like, card's just really good. There's no reason not to play him. One Vision Hero Trinity. This is your OTK piece at times where you just go ahead and make a big 5k beat stick that can attack 3 monsters in attack mode 3 times, and then just kill your opponent. Basic point of him is that, and if we make him with DPE on the board, even better, right? We're decreasing those monsters and guaranteeing game. Then we're also playing 2 Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Reason behind 2 is that the combo where you go into Dark Lore turn 1, you're normally going to utilize one of them to be able to pop with the DPE to summon the Shadow Mist, and then the second one is for your favorite contact, so you can go ahead and make the second Wake Up by recycling everything, including your second Wake Up Your Elemental Hero at times. So pretty much you play 2 of him for that reason. Card's really decent. If he's actually fusion summoned, he gains 300 attack for each fusion material used. If he used with multiple fusion monsters, he can attack multiple times. If he battles an opponent's monster, at the end of the damage calc, he can go ahead and destroy the opponent's monster and deal damage. And if he's destroyed, special summons any warrior monster from the deck. The card is really, really nice and really strong for those reasons. And then the last 2 monsters in the extra deck is 2 Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. You can summon multiple of these during the entire match. You only want 1 on the board at a time, but we play 2 of this for a couple of reasons. One, if one of the DPEs is outed, say via like Dark Rule or more or anything, then we can go ahead and favorite contact, summon another DPE to the board, and then just have that pop still to have interaction for the opponent's turn. He's also comes up where I can sometimes make double DPE using multiple Fusion Destinies. So I've made DPE early game, and then we use favorite contact to make DPE again later on. And then the Fusion Destinies in the deck are then live again, so we can go ahead and use Fusion Destiny again to go ahead and make another Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Like, doesn't come up very often, but when it does, it is very, very nice. So we played 2 DPE, I really like it, and yeah, like, that's the extra deck overall. I don't think I have anything to say over the extra deck. Like, the extra deck I think is fine. Things that you could change is obviously put the Infernal General in if you play the Neo stuff, the Shining Neos if you play that as well. Maybe cut the Absolute Zero for whatever you want to cut it for. Like, you don't necessarily need it, but for me, I just love the card. I'm not cutting it anytime soon unless I have to, so I really like it. But the extra deck, I think, is just perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing about it right now. So that's the main and the extra deck. Like, those are what I mainly have been playing with, obviously. I do have a side deck as well, that I'll show you guys. Like, we're playing for the side deck, one Dystopia for the time on the round. Like, we're going to go full hero combo, then we're going to summon this, burn you for time, and then win. Like, time on the round happens, guys, so you got to have stuff like this in the game for that. Free Droll and Lockbird, because it's Droll and Lockbird, deals with opponents' boards, combos, stops them from playing the game, everything along those lines. Free Nibiru, you make a big combo, I'm going to drop a giant rock on it and then kill you on the following turn. Cosmic Cyclones and Dusters, just general back row removal, like, helps us play the game there. 2 anti-spells, seeing as we're playing Dark Angel, we don't necessarily need the third, so 2 is more than enough for us. And then 3 evenly matched for just board breaking again. Like, we're playing droplets, we can go ahead and evenly matched. If they go ahead and have a Baron, we go ahead and drop the evenly, chain droplet when they attempt to negate the evenly, and then just clear their board anyway. Like, honestly guys, this is the entire side deck. Like, there's not really anything I need to say about the side deck. Side decks are side decks. Like, they're gonna be pretty much whatever you design them to be. This is just what I'm currently building for my current locals, where I've got spell stopping, back row removal, giant combo deck stoppers, Kashtira / any search deck stopper, and time on the round. It's pretty much everything when it comes to the side deck, right? But going over the actual deck in general and my thoughts about heroes. Heroes right now are a very, very cool strategy and a very fun strategy. They have great matchups against a lot of different decks. Like against Kashtira, you're guaranteed to win if you go first because you just put a Dark Angel on their board. They can't utilize any of the spells. They can't special summon Fenrirs, Unicorns, anything along those lines. Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace is a deck that I haven't tested a lot against, but every time I play the deck, I've somehow been able to just squeeze out the win. If I change this build to be more offensive against that, I'll definitely put something like Plasma back into the deck where I can go ahead and utilize a skill drain effect to go ahead and deal with those problems. Against like the Chimera deck, I just put the Dark Angel on their board and they can't play. Like, it generally is just that simple against something like that. And then against any of the other meta decks, I think the deck's finely tuned to beat those as well. But like, Heroes is just a great strategy. It's a fun strategy. If you guys want to play it, I highly recommend it because you will enjoy Heroes, guys. Like, it's so hard not to enjoy Heroes overall because it's just such a fun deck, guys. It really is just a fun deck to play with so many different strategies and so many different combos in it that you'll have a ton of fun playing this deck. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this deck profile. Tell me your thoughts of it in the comment section below. Tell me what you would change, what you would do to make this better, essentially. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions of it all in the comment section below. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Absolute Duelist signing out. Later.